Whoa! Meow! Ah, shush! Put it back in la máquina!
That's it, buddy. You're out of here.
No!
For your service. Happy New Year's to all. It's just a sad world, sad state of affairs that we're in. And I wish people would choose love over hate. But you guys see, even on our platform here on YouTube, people prefer the drama, the vitriol, the hate, the vindictiveness, more than they do, good, wholesome stuff. We experience it. We see it every single day here on this platform. What makes you think the real world is not similar in nature? It is. KJ3 says you would need the capacity to understand first that will never happen. You're small-minded and void of ability. I don't know who you are referring to that, but we don't talk like that in this chat room. We treat everybody with dignity and respect. And if you can't debate the issues and start debating the people, we boot you. It is a right to be in this, or it's a privilege to be in my chat. It's not a right. Other people, they keep their chat open to everybody. We keep our chat open to people that follow the rules. So KJ3, I would please ask that you follow the rules of this chat. And if you can't, be an adult and remove yourself so you don't get blocked, because we are not, babysitters here. But we do have rules that are here to or for our audience. I could care less what you think about me. It ain't going to make me sleep any different tonight than it did last night, right? So you're not hurting my feelings, but I will not let you or anybody disrupt the chat. This is good versus evil. I agree with that, Denise. Happy New Year's. Amos Liz says, I think America's too stressed and people have lost their damn minds. How do we turn this around? There has to be a way. And I agree with that, but I don't know what that way is, because happiness comes from within. How do we instill happiness into unhappy people? Look at KJ3 this morning, right? Starting the new year, could wake up on the right side of the bed, could have positive things, could be a positive person, but sure, it chooses negativity. Why? I don't know why. It could be mental illness. It could be just unhappy with life. It could be, not happy with themselves. I'm not sure what makes people do that, because in general, I'm fairly, just not necessarily happy or sad. I'm just even keel, right? So I don't understand that. I don't. Even when I was angry before, I would never intentionally hurt anybody. I don't think anybody in my audience, I think we've all been very angry. I think we've been so angry we could have spit nails. But the last thing on our mind was hurting, innocent individuals. We may dream about doing something to somebody that made us mad, right? But we don't act on it, and we don't drag innocent people into it. So I don't know what makes people do that. I guess that would be something we should probably look into and study a little bit.
Welcome back to the insane asylum. I've got your padded room right next to mine.
I hope everybody feels the love this New Year's, as much love as I'm feeling from all of you. This man here, he's new to the platform, it appears. I don't know how long he's been on here. He just came across my feed because many of you, it's called Kev Talks Everything. And he came across my feed because people were sending it to me and saying, so I thought it was really special. I wanted to give him a plug. I really do, because it seemed like he was talking from his heart, and he did give Betty a plug, right? He gave Betty a plug. So I do appreciate it. Thank you for all you do. So all you guys can hear this, and then we'll get on to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers.
But I want to say something to you, critics that don't want Sebastian Rogers found. We will find Sebastian Rogers, and you will be found. And you will be found. By Dog, the bounty hunter. Book it. Because you communicated threats. That's something you don't do. And then you want to lie and say, well, it's not real life. When you're sending emails to people and you are threatening them, that is now considered real life threat. So take that as you want.
Shut up! You shut up! I'm so fucking scared right now. You shut up! Are you doing this? No, I'm doing this.
And I want to thank Bullhorn Betty for doing all the great shows that she's done, and Mr. and Mrs. E's true crime podcast. And try to listen to them. You know, theirs is so long. I don't have a lot of, I just don't have that much time to listen to the full videos and stuff. But they are really good.
Our trick is, Kev, we wait for the clip channels to clip all the good stuff because we got a lot of good clip channels now that really do help with these cases. So, Kev, thanks so much for the plug. I appreciate you. You have no idea how wonderful it is to have good people on this platform doing this stuff for the right reasons, not for the distractions, not for the chaos, not for the financial gains causing the chaos and the distractions. So if you guys have not been over there, please have a fairly decent system around here. I'm not going to say it's a perfect system, but it's what we got. It's what we got. What is Kev's channel? Oh, I just closed that out. I'm sorry. I should have probably put it in the chat. Oh, good gracious. Delilah's gassy. Woo, girl. Wipe that butt. That's some funk. That's some funk. Good gracious, girl. I should not be complaining, right? I've been trying to be encouraging to Seth and let him know that I really think this is going to be the year. All he cares about is having his son back home with him. I can tell you that. That is the only thing he cares about. It's the only thing he wants. He doesn't care about this nonsense. Somebody was talking about, what is going on in with what they're trying to do to him. He doesn't care. I mean, think about the desperation. You're trying to what? Show that your clients can't be, or your people can't be guilty because somehow this father has been injured on the job. I mean, think about the desperation of the arguments they're bringing up now, which more solidifies the nonsense going behind the scenes in their own camp. I know it's chaotic. I know that there's things going on. I know for a fact at this point, because everything is leaning that there's something going on behind the scenes, from law enforcement opening up communications with Seth to this horrible disinformation and misinformation that we put a kibosh on very quickly. A whole bunch of us came together and put a kibosh on this misinformation and disinformation campaign. It wasn't working. Mama Socks comes out with all this keto crap again. Now you got the stepfather going on panels. We're hearing that this is truly a criminal investigation. The mother has clammed up, stopped cooperating, and invoked her right to remain silent, which is not looking good for them. And now they're starting to hit back with the same nonsense they were trying to hit Seth with, 2 or 3 months ago. Like, how desperate can one camp get? Obviously, we're on to something. Obviously, something's going on behind their scenes that they don't want to talk to us about, and it's making people a little rocky. So I really don't care what they say, and Seth is absolutely right. Who cares? It's not helping find his son. He could care less. Let him keep talking and trying to run their distractions, but it ain't helping him find his son. It ain't helping them clear the mom and stepfather. As a matter of fact, it's solidifying what we think and what we believe about the case because of their shenanigans and nonsense. So at this point, who cares? I'm not going to address it because it's a nothing burger. It's absolutely nothing burger. These people have never gotten a damn thing right. They're every time they bring up these horrible things, they're debunked within a week or two. So it's like, all it is for clicks and views and monetary purposes. It has no bearing on this case. It has no bearing on helping find Sebastian. And why is anybody focusing on it? Change the tune, change the channel, change the talk, right? Because their talk is not doing anything. What is it? At the end of the day, how does it have anything to do with Sebastian or why he's disappeared? Now, the behaviors of the mom and stepdad, where this child disappeared from, yeah, those things matter. Why? Because right now they're going through Seth's entire life and bringing up stuff that doesn't even have anything to do with the time frame related to it. But nobody can know the alibi of the Yahoo, the stepfather. Yeah, that's not a distraction at all. Oh, good gracious, that's not a distraction at all. Not a distraction at all, right? I don't have time for it. Neither does this channel. Okay, we have bigger things to do, like trying to help find a 15-year-old boy that's turned 16 and was not home for his sweet 16 birthday. I could care less what they think they got Seth on. And you know what? Even with the new distraction of this federal case against some of these Yahoos, if it's not a big deal and a nothing burger, why are they spending so much time talking about it? You don't see me spending all this time talking about it. Why? Because I know it's going to proceed through the courts as it's supposed to proceed through the courts, no matter what this Blowhole says. So if he wasn't worried about it, then why is he always talking about it? Seems like it's on his mind quite a bit, don't you think? Seems like it's bothering him, don't you think? Because we don't talk about things that don't matter to us. We gloss over them. Think about all the people that talk about me. You don't see me coming up here and talking about every single thing that people talk about. Why? Because it doesn't bother me. It's not true. I could care less, just like Seth said. Who cares, right? Who cares? We have bigger fish to fry. And that's finding his son. So that's where we're at. So the topic of conversation when it comes to the 16-year-old boy, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, that disappeared from inside his locked home with only his mother when he was 15, and it was February 26, 2024. I actually believe he disappeared on February 25th before his mother went to sleep. That's just my personal opinion. My take on it. Do your own research and fact-finding.
I actually believe he disappeared on February 25th before his mother went to sleep. That's just my personal opinion. My take on it, do your own research and fact-finding to come up with your conclusion as to what you believe happened to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers.
I just outlined a lot of stuff that's just broken down from the 5 CPS reports to them trying to get rid of Sebastian since October of 2022. Now we're learning that it's possible that CP's truck was in the area at the time this child disappeared. I feel like things are closing in. We've got, a mom invoking her right to remain silent, which is never a good sign. 10 months later, it sounds to me like law enforcement has kind of put the screws to them, because that's really the only reason why somebody would shut down, is if something happened behind the scenes, in my opinion. But we don't know. Nobody's telling us this. We're only going off behaviors and actions, which I just happen to monitor. The majority of my show is based upon people's behaviors and actions. And we derive a lot of information by people's behaviors and actions. So when I'm looking at the behaviors and actions of the mom, the stepfather, and the clan of misfits that they choose to employ and or elicit for help to cause damage control, intimidate people, and harass people into compliance, is falling a little short in this situation, because it's clear that something more is going on behind the scenes. To me, it feels like, just to me, with the invoking of the rights to remain silent, and CP going on a panel, and him being on video trying to show he's searching, I think that the noose is really tight. Okay, this is what these behaviors are telling me, that something is really pressuring the mom and stepdad to act this way and to bring people in. Okay, just based upon everything I've outlined. Now, do I have facts to support that? No, I don't. The only things that I have to support anything is just showing you the behaviors and why those behaviors mean what I think they mean. Does it mean that they mean what I think they mean? Of course not. It's my thought. It's the way I process information. It's how I analyze information. And these behaviors and actions from these people are showing me something more is going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Okay, so just be cognizant of that, be vigilant of that, listen very carefully, screenshot the information. Something's coming out, something's going to break. People are not going to be able to keep their lips sealed. They're going to hear from this person, hear from that person. They're going to be understanding what's really going on, and they're going to start leaking that. And it's mostly going to be in chats and other things. So be vigilant when you're in these chat rooms. You listen to what people are saying, and you pay attention to the chat. I can't when I'm running a live, because I obviously have to be able to think what I'm trying to say. And sometimes reading the chat can be very difficult. Did you see where they put Seth? If they put Seth's social security number out, somebody needs to be going in there and reporting that. That is an absolute violation of the terms of service of any online platform, any of them. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So if you ever see somebody's legit number, you report them. That is serious stuff. You can get that is as bad as showing a driver's license. You can have your account completely and utterly terminated. You will never be able to come back on this platform. If you see people doing that, you need to report them immediately and report them in the droves. So if you guys have seen that, report it. This is why it's so important to be copying these URL links. So if they privatize them, you can still report them to the YouTube. There's enough cases going on. I wouldn't worry about it. It's going to come out. Some of these people are going to be losing their channels when this is all said and done anyways, because of these shenanigans. And I think that it's just going to be one of these things we just got to get to the end. I'm not worried. Don't worry about what this Yahoo unscrupulous PI is saying. If he really had it like he thinks he has it, then he wouldn't be talking about it. He would just be sitting there smiling in the background, waiting for it all to happen so he can come out and say it, right? But no, he's trying to drive very hard a message to show that he has no culpability, and his culpability is in his Twitter. Go through his X account. You will see how unprofessional this man is. And now we have people in the community of staff report saying that he's been threatening them, harassing them, and intimidating them. So again, it's starting to boil over for him, and I doubt in 2 years he's going to even have a PI license. So just take it for what you will. You don't see me harping on it. You don't see me doing a whole bunch of shows on it. I'm just going to sit back and wait until it happens and come out and tell you, remember on January 1st, 2025, whenever I said this, right? We're not going to harp on it. And we're not going to be making posts and videos and, going on for days and days and days about it. We're just going to sit back and we're going to wait until it happens. And we're going to say, see, that's why you don't do the shit you say you're going to do. So that's kind of where we are with all of this. At J for J, did it, BHB? Well, slam her ass and take her channel. You cannot put somebody's social security number out there. That is a huge, huge no. So if she's really doing it and she still has it up, you guys all need to be over there. You wouldn't want that happening to you. I don't care if you're a hate channel or not. You don't want your that private information being out on the streets of YouTube. That is reckless. That is dangerous, and shame on that lady. Like I told you, she's a dirty, dirty, dirty woman. I didn't think she was like this, but after I found out what I found out, I know she's dirty, and she has this facade about her, and she has this way of doing smokes and mirrors for people not to know that she's as dirty and nasty as she is. She's done a lot of damage behind the scenes. She's done a lot of damage in cases for a long time. And if she's throwing out somebody's social security number, She does not want me throwing out hers, right? But I will open a new channel and get all of her personal information, which I have in my possession, custody, and control from the multitude of, actual private investigators I've hired.
Right? But
Right.
I will open a new channel and get all of her personal information, which I have in my possession, custody, and control from the multitude of, actual private investigators I've hired. Right?
So I don't want to hear this. If you don't want it done to you, don't do it to others. Because there's a lot of people that hold a lot of information about people on these platforms just because of the nastiness that goes on these platforms, but you don't see people throwing all that shit out there and throwing all that information out there on you. Just saying. Just saying. Do unto others as you wish would be done to you, but don't, when you start doing crap like that, you don't cry victim. You don't cry victim when it happens to you because you dirty butt did it to somebody else. And karma is just desserts. Sorry, it just is.
I am a Christian lady here, but I'm a fair lady. People keep thinking that because I'm a Christian lady, I can't be angry, I can't tell somebody where to go and how to get there. I'm not that type of Christian. That's why I go to church, right? Because each and every day I want to be better than I was the day before. It doesn't make me a perfect person, and it doesn't change my humanity in me.
Same shit, different day.